Slapping your gums with Vinny and Hesse. Yeah.
All right, we are back, guys. I'm Hesse. This is Vinny. We were, I think we're like a week behind, which is that's my bad. Being I did go on a little trip, and we'll get into that as we get going on this one. But hey, I'm happy to be back, man. And the week's been good, and I'm excited to put out. This will be episode 10. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
10.
Well,
10's
how do
awesome.
you think it's been going so far there, Vinny? What do you think? Yeah.
I think we're doing good. I think we're covering a lot of good areas. I can't think of the
Yeah.
word right now. Just blanked out right there. That was my
Subject.
bad.
Yeah, I think
Good
we're kind of all
subjects.
over,
Good
which is good. I
subjects.
mean,
I'm
we're
like,
not huge into politics. I think that's a downer to begin with. But in that note, you know, our prayers are going out to the Christian school in Tennessee with that shooting and 6 of them killed. You know, kids. It's just a messed up thing. So prayers go out to the friends and family of those people affected by that, and you know, God's with
For
you.
sure.
So He's good. Keep looking to Him, and we'll get through it. So, all right. Well then, yeah. So I mean, I think we cover everything. I mean, we're not huge. I'm not big into the politics and all that stuff. We did get some feedback on some stuff on some of the listeners that we had that were kind of catching on that stuff. So we talked about Gold Bond, and I was trying to think about when that one was. I think it was episode 7, right? Yeah, I think so. I think it was in 7
yeah,
when
go
it got
7.
pretty graphic on the Gold Bond.
If not, just listen to the first 9.
Yeah, just start going
there's
through
not
them. You
that
got
many
time.
episodes. Just
It's
listen to all 9 of
podcast,
them.
and just tell everybody
Fine.
about it. Share it. Get everybody on this thing. You know what I mean? Let's get it popping. Well, I just know that I'm pretty sure it was in 7. Oh yeah, let's take a moment and listen to that. So for those that are not watching, that's the old Michelob Ultra. He's keeping track of his girlish figure, keeping the girl. Dude, it's better than that. When you said that Mike's, I think you said a Mike's hard strawberry something. There's nothing about it. I don't know. I would say it was hard. But no, so we were talking about Gold Bond, and I think Mom had come. Did Mom listen to that one? I thought, dude, I swear when we went and got Alexa,
might have been when you guys
we picked
came
her
back
back
from your
up.
trip.
So we missed last week, and we'll get into that as we get going on to it. We went to Mexico, but yeah, so we dropped Alexa off at the farm. And I'm pretty sure Mom said something about the Gold Bond and was like, yeah, I learned way too much about Gold Bond. I was like,
she learned too much, or
Mom
you learned
said
too much
she
from
had
her?
learned too much by listening to that one. So I was telling her, I was like, well, that's probably, well, then maybe you shouldn't listen to the other ones. You're going to find out a lot of stuff. Yeah.
You're going to learn
And
a lot, Mom.
But
You're
so
gonna
I
learn a
had
lot.
some, yeah, and so
This
I
is
had
just-
some
we just talk,
comments and stuff on it, and then some of the listeners hit it. And dude, here in Fallon, and I don't know if this is just, I feel like it's because of the show, but
It is.
so he ran down to Walmart and was like, dude, I'm gonna give me some Gold Bond, and I'm going straight for it. Like, he's like, I was gonna get the Medicaid. He's like, I wasn't gonna mess with it because I remember I was talking about you kind of ease into it or just man up, or just buck up and do it. And so he went down there, dude, and Walmart was completely out of Gold Bond. So I feel like that's just, it was us, dude. Like, we just, everybody heard it and just, thanks a lot, guys, for going down there and trying to. I hope it really worked out for you. I hope you had a glorious time just powdering your buttholes and that stuff and getting up on that taint, no matter what size your taint is. Cause I so hey, on to that, dude. So there was a so this tank, dude, taints.
Just
So
go right.
I got
Here we go.
one of our listeners was going. So did you hear about the plastic particles that you get like from plastic? You know, you're not supposed to like drink out of plastic bottles. I mean, save the earth and all that, but like if a bottle gets hot, like sits in your car or something for a certain amount of time.
No, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and so you get plastic particles. Well, it's shrinking taints. You haven't heard that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing, dude. So it's
No.
like, I don't know what
No.
Gen X we are on, Gen Z. I don't know where we're at right now. Started like coming in like with the millennials and then like
I don't
into
know.
the Gen X, Gen Z. So their taints are shrinking.
Okay. So your butthole's
Yeah.
getting closer to
Yeah.
the front,
Or the front's
like
getting
what?
closer to the back. I don't know. I don't know what.
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know the human anatomy enough. I haven't really studied it. I mean, I'm just finding it out for myself. But it's shrinking, so it's like, I mean, it's basically it's taking you back. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a little button just poking out there because it's pulling it back into you. Dude, this is serious.
gosh.
Like this could be a problem.
Okay.
So then it gets me thinking, like maybe that's where like some of the, you know, some people, you know, they don't know if they're a boy or a girl or, you know, if let me shut
I
that.
think that has more to.
I don't think
No,
that one
there's
is.
another fire. Another.
Oh, I might have to go to that one. We'll keep going. Yeah. So I mean, maybe that's what it is. Like you don't know if you know, like it or you don't. Because what happens if you scoot? Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think
You
it's
scoot
more
up.
feelings.
It's like down there. You scoot up. All of a sudden,
No.
you just went up into your butt, and you're like, oh, maybe I did like that. Oh, maybe I don't.
Oh my
Maybe we're getting
God.
off on the wrong way. But anyways,
Wow.
shrinking tanks, dude. Shrinking tanks. Don't drink out of plastic.
Stop drinking plastic. There
Yeah,
you go.
true thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I heard anyway. So
But yeah,
no, I apparently
Back to
sold
the Gold
out,
Bond.
dude. Sold
It's all
out, which
gone.
is rad. Gold Bond. I mean, I have plenty, so I'm good. Yeah.
yeah. I got my hunting backpack, my work backpack, and the bathroom counter or
Yeah.
under the sink.
Got it.
So I
Gotta
got
have it
plenty there
backed
too,
up.
ready to go.
So far,
Do you have any in your food storage?
and my bug out stuff. Dude, I need to look into that.
Might have
There
to
may
need it in
be
your
some.
bug out
They may
bag.
come with that. You
Yeah.
would think that it should. I mean, but I'm gonna have to. I mean,
It
apparently I
should.
ain't gonna be able to get some and fill it up, so it don't matter. I'm not gonna be able to stock up. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Just keep tagging it on my
Yeah.
my Walmart pickup, which has been annoying. Oh, speaking of Walmart pickup, this works out perfect. So, because I know
dude,
you had some
that's
incidents
who.
on some Walmart pickup. I mean, mine wasn't sent to a different state, but okay, this is the thing. You like eating bananas? Yeah, I bet you do. But
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. So Vinny will eat a banana.
I
Yeah,
can't-
Vinny will eat a
I knew I
banana and
shouldn't
won't
answer
even
that
bite
question.
it.
I shouldn't even answer that.
No, for real. This is for real talk. Have you ever eaten a green banana? Like you think it's green?
Yeah, and it's not. Well, I think no.
Oh, yeah,
I think
no.
it's
I ate
good.
a-
Like it's
okay.
yellow. Like I'm all right. This,
Okay,
but you
so
can tell it wasn't quite
In
right.
this, oh yeah, I
Never
went
gone
for
with
it,
a full
and
green
I
one.
will tell you, dude, it is.
Go.
It is. So, and this is where this Walmart pickup comes into play. So what they did is, you put down there and they go and get these bundles or whatever. You get your stuff, and for people that are I'll explain it too, because we have people that listen from overseas in different countries. So, and they may have it too.
Yeah.
So this Walmart pickup, basically, you go online and you get to pick all your shopping stuff, and then you call it in or go on your app on the phone, and then you go in and you pull up there and tell them, hey, I'm in Bay 7, and they bring all your groceries out and they load it into the trunk of your car. You don't even get out of your car. It's super lazy and it's awesome. But it most certainly is like if people probably from other countries right now are going, you guys are, dude, that's why you're the fattest country in the world. You know what I mean? Like, just lazy. But it is nice. Like, I don't have to go into Walmart. I don't have to inconvenience people. Like, if I'm not in a good mood, whatever. I don't like being around all those people in Walmart or generally anywhere. So it works out. But, so the problem I'm running into is I go and pick, or Tasha goes pick up. Like, who are we kidding? I didn't go do it. But Tasha comes back and dude, these bananas are green, and she hangs them up on the little banana holder, the little hook deal. And I'm like, what are those? Right. She's like, yeah, that's the bananas. I go, you need to, dude, weeks.
They'll be good in a couple days.
That's how green they were. So that's all we had. Like, I packed my lunch, I have all my food prep lunch stuff done, and then I throw in a banana or like a couple oranges and like a protein bar. So all we had was those, and that's my normal thing. My routine is getting a banana. So I'm like, well, I might as well just put it in there, right? It'll be all right. Like, I mean, I've had a green banana before. This one just seemed a little greener, a little harder. So I put it in there, go to work, and I'm like, okay, I'll do this. I peel this thing open. It's basically peeling like a husk on a corn stalk, dude. Like, I'm trying to peel this thing back, and it doesn't even really look like a banana because I think it still needs to grow. And so I peel it back. The end of it's kind of a little soft, so I take a bite of the end of it, and it does not. Dude, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Like, this is terrible. I fully thought I messed up. And first of all, I come to find out that it can honestly give you the craps by doing it. That's what I heard anyways. It didn't happen. Thank you, dear Jesus. Because I went for it, bro. I went for it. Like, I bit a little bit on the end of it, and I was like, ooh, this is going to be rough. So I was like, I'll basically just doing it for sustenance. You know what I mean? Like, just get it in there. So I just chomped like 3 more chomps of it to get like halfway down, and it was hard, and I'm chewing on it, and it doesn't even taste like a banana, and then it's sticking to my teeth. Okay, and so I wouldn't wish this on anyone, like eating a green banana, dude. Like, I'm 2 bites, 3 bites, whatever it is into it. I'm eating this thing. It's hard. It does not taste like a banana, and now it's sticking to my teeth. And I'm like, oh gosh, this something ain't right. Like, I messed up. Like, it's not supposed to be this. Like, this film was on my teeth, dude. And I'm thinking, oh, dude, it was. And I'd already like committed, so I just hurried up and swallowed it. I mean, you poor ladies. But yeah, so didn't even get a tap on the head or nothing. And so, dude, this thing, I'm onto something. I'm like, dude, maybe I just came up with some teeth whitening stuff or something. Like, it was caked. And I grabbed my water jug, dude, and I'm just like chugging it.
Yeah.
Grabbing like a water jug like this.
Yeah. And
I'm chugging it, dude, and I'm rinsing it, and I'm like flushing around in my teeth. It ain't coming off. So now I think I've messed up. Like, it's now taking the enamel off my teeth. Like, I have messed up.
There you go.
Oh, no. I'm afraid it doesn't.
It'll grow
I'm pretty
back.
sure that is not true. Kids, that is not true. So, would I ever recommend that? No. So, we went to, so that was my banana incident. I threw the rest of it away. I feel bad. I threw half of it away, but there was no way I couldn't do the rest. Excuse you. Better out than in.
Thank
way
you.
More,
Thank you.
Way more room
Ladies
out
and
than
gentlemen,
there is
thank you.
in. Huh?
That's
So we went to Mexico. We're gone for the whole week. I came back. I was still able to eat 2 of those bananas before they were bad. That's how green they were, dude.
They ripened up while you were gone.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
So do
that's
not try to
half.
eat a super green banana. It will ruin your day. But luckily I didn't get I didn't have the shits. So that's good. But yeah, so Well, then that kind of goes into it. Mexico trip. Well, you did something that weekend, last weekend, week. What'd you do while I was gone? You did a trip.
Yeah, we went to Vegas. We went to Vegas to go see Tom Segura, and at the
For
Cosmopolitan.
those that don't know who Tom
there.
Segura is, which is probably
Watch the
most
show.
everybody that is listening to this
Oh,
podcast.
Tom Segura. He's like the number one comedian
The
in the
number
world.
one?
Okay. No,
'Cause I
he's-
didn't know.
He's up there. He's up there. He's on my bucket list. He's on my bucket list.
What does
for
that
sure.
mean? To go on a date
He's
with
on my
him?
bucket
What?
list
Didn't you
for
go
sure
see
to
him?
Go see.
Yeah, he was
No,
on
bucket
it.
list to
He
go see him.
was.
Like,
Because
you
you
know,
got to go see him. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was on.
And
Yeah, he was definitely on my bucket list. Yeah, it was great. It held up to everything that I thought it would. The one thing for the whole thing that still kind of throws me is when you go to the Cosmopolitan. I think it's called the Chelsea Theater. You can take in the water that they sell at that theater or at that hotel. They'll let you go through with the Fiji water. It had to be in a Fiji bottle. They'd let you go through. If you had a beer or you had any other drinks, teas, or anything in another bottle, they made you dump them into a clear plastic container as you went through the kind of security check. Then once you get in there, they've got all these little bars.
have you
that
put
you
in
can
solo
hit
cups? You don't
probably
like if you
10
get all disgruntled or you're all wasted. You don't throw them at him or what?
I'm
Yeah,
assuming they don't want you
that
throwing
makes
bottles on
sense.
stage. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine. It's for safety. So then they sell you these, they've got these like 10 little bars. The line's huge. We got there about 30 minutes before the show started. It started at 8. We got there about 7:30, and there was no way we could stand in line or you'd miss the beginning of the show. So we walked through the little security check. They kind of have you go through this maze, making everybody pour their stuff. They're like, "Hey, what's that water?" And the kid holds up the water. I mean, the kid's maybe 18, 19 years old, and it's the Fiji water that they sell there.
So
and
is it
he's like,
18
"Oh,
and
you can
over
take that
show?"
in." It's like, okay. But no, I don't think so. I don't think they had a requirement on it at all. I mean, there is swearing and stuff like that in the show, but I mean, talk about just about everything. So I mean, if your parents let you go, you go. Then we walked into this other section, and there's another 15 little bars. So we grabbed a couple drinks, or stood in line. There's 3 people in front of me. I thought we had time to do this, and we got 2 waters, a Malibu rum with water and lime, a double, and then I'm like, why not try a Tito's and soda? I don't know. Tom Segura and his best friend Bert, that's what Bert drinks. I thought,
When in Rome,
talks about
huh?
how good it
When
is.
in
I'm like, I'll
Rome.
just do a Tito's and soda. Yeah, Tito's and soda, make it a double. Never had one before. Let's try this out.
Yeah,
Had one
did you
before.
get it
Let's
with
try
a
this
lime?
out.
Did you get a lime
It
or
was
anything?
just not what I know.
But you got a double.
He did put a lime in it, yeah.
So that's
He was
just,
supposed to
that's
put
just
the-
basically you're being a Russian,
Yeah.
dude, just drinking
So he
straight
does
up
all that.
vodka. Oof.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to
No,
get up from the
especially-
show and go
yeah.
get any more to drink. So it was one drink.
Yeah,
I'm not-
and how much you? Yeah, and then and how
So
much
he's
you
my
paid?
hero. I don't want to go out of the room. So then, yeah. So the guy says that just doesn't even tell me the price. I just give him my card, and he hands me the receipt to sign it.
Oh my gosh,
$91.
dude. Did it come with a handy? All of a sudden
For
you're just like, oh
2
man, I'm getting
alcoholic-
Yeah, I liked it. Oh,
Do you
not even.
know?
It came with a fisting.
I was like, I already ordered
Dude.
it, so just signed my life away. Gave it over. The couple we went with, they got a beer, a mixed drink. I don't know if they got a double, and some waters also. Theirs came to like $71. So there needs to be.
yeah, they don't want you because you wouldn't buy it.
There's nothing there to tell you how much things
Dude,
cost.
they honey dick you every time. They're like,
I
if
wouldn't.
you walked up to there
I would not
and you
have.
looked up at the menu and you're like, oh, look at that. I could get a Tito's and soda water for $32. You'd be like, nope. Walk back and sit down with your wife, girlfriend, or significant other. And be
No.
like, she's like, where's the drinks at? You'd be like, you're going to have to sit this one out. We'll get one when we go back out. When we go start gambling and get it for free.
Yeah. Shoot, dude. It was rough. I mean, I don't even know.
No,
Like,
heavens,
this doesn't
no, that
break it
hurt.
down
That's
on the
painful,
receipt,
dude.
so it doesn't tell you. So it's like, okay, so we're like, what, $40 probably ish, maybe for the drinks, and you're like $10 of water. It's like, dude,
And that's for a
like,
double too. So that's a
if you know
double.
what
So it's like you're
venue
getting
you're
2
going
drinks
to,
in one, but that's still $20 a drink.
right?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude! And they're in
Yeah,
a what
it's still
solo
$20.
cup?
It's just a clear
Yeah.
red, clear white,
Just a
or
plastic cup.
clear solo cup. yeah.
Plastic shrink,
Just
dude.
clear solo
Plastic.
cup. It was rough, and we just
You want
came
your
from
taint to shrink?
Benihana's.
Quit drink.
Yeah, more plastic.
I think.
My taint's
Actually, I
gonna
think we're
shrink.
old enough now. We're past that stage. I think it has to do with like a generation. But anyways, go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you. So
But yeah, we just came from Benihana's, and there we got one drink. Emily and
For
I
one
did to
drink?
share. I mean, that was $17. And
so then
for
so then
one,
it was pretty
yeah, just
close
for
to the
one.
price. So it was just,
that drink,
you know what I mean.
probably
It was
yeah. So it's
$17
probably,
for a
37
cocktail at
bucks or
Benihana's?
whatever for a double
That's because you're in Vegas, huh?
for cocktail at Benihana's. $53 for the trio, and I don't even remember, $14 for the sushi,
Yeah.
which you got 6 pieces of sushi.
Wait, so did the trio? Did you guys share the
it
trio,
was
or did you
good,
each get one?
but it wasn't a roll.
Oh, it was sharing. We were
Yeah.
budget eating.
No, we just we shared the trio.
Because that would be, you would be right there, just
we
the two of
tried.
you. If it was
I
53,
mean, it was like
106, plus you both got a drink.
Yeah.
For even for $17, what's that? 34 bucks. So you're at
So with the drink, the trio-
134 plus 6.
so the drink, the trio.
$140 for a dinner for 2.
Yeah, it cost us 101.
Okay, and you
We did
shared
100
everything.
$101.
So it would have been
what it
$200.
came to.
Oh my god.
We shared everything. Well, we would have added another $53 or $40. You know, I don't know if Emily would have got the trio, but it was just that's it. And the chef comes out. We get there at 5. We sit there for, I don't know, 30 minutes. They bring us like our little bowl of soup and some water, and then we wait and we wait. And he shows up and he's like, "I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna do everything I can, but I'm running
does that mean?
30% today."
He comes in all
like,
sick.
You know,
Did he have a
he
mask
was
on?
sick. He tells you he's sick. He's like,
I was
I
just
get really
laughing as
sorry.
if they thought that
No.
was gonna keep you from getting it. Dude, go home.
Yeah, he didn't have a mask
So do you
on.
did
He's-
you turn? Did
he's-
you like? So do
I'm
we
running
get?
on 30%.
Is that what we're
and
paying
like,
then? Do we pay 30% of it?
So do we only
No,
have to
they
pay
don't
for
do
30%? Right. No. It's just everybody at the table kind of looks around because at Benihana's they set multiple people or groups with you. So we had a group of 4. We had a 2 on each end. We had 2 different groups on each end, and yeah, it was a little like everybody had that look on their face,
Yeah.
like I don't
I
want
mean,
you
it's
touching
hot
my food.
and it's cooked on
But
the scorching skillet. So did he like flip
Yeah, I
the egg
guess.
around and do
so yeah,
the fire?
he did. He didn't
Shrimp
throw
up
any.
on his hat.
He didn't throw any shrimp in anybody's mouth or anybody, but I don't think he did the hat. He did like the whole little.
Did he do the egg thing where he
volcano
sits there
onion
and
and
like tosses the egg around and
like, "You
catches
guys-"
on the spatula and then catches and it breaks in half?
No,
Breaks in half and
no, he's
So-
only running 30%.
okay, go
Remember?
ahead.
Yeah. So he's like, "Do you guys?" He's like, "Does the volcano?" And he goes, "Do you want the train?" We're like, "Yeah, we want the fucking train. Let's go." Like, dude, that's what we're paying the $100 for. So he's like, and he's like tapping like choo choo. It was
Do
it
you
got
want
pretty.
the
It got
train?
pretty
It feels like
pathetic.
you're running a train on me with this $100 bill I gotta spend for this.
Oh
freaking-
my gosh! But I just couldn't believe. I mean, he's just. If you're sick and you're in that kind of business, I don't know if you
Yeah, I
go
wouldn't.
around
I'd
telling
make something
people
up.
you're
Be
making
like, I
their food.
partied my balls
you're
off
sick.
last night and just was snorting coke and just having a party.
Yeah,
Be like, well, they're gonna know.
I wouldn't
You're
say
like,
anything,
"Oh, I
just
just don't feel
do
good."
it. Just
Had a
do
bunch
your
of hookers
best.
and cocaine last night.
He
at the,
wasn't that bad.
yeah, dude. And so, and I'd be
Hookers
like,
and
oh, yeah, I
blow.
get
Woo!
it. It's cool, understandable.
I'll take.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I don't know. It was weird, and then we made it to the venue just a little bit on time, and a little bit later than we kind of wanted to get there. But from that experience of
insane,
2 hours
man.
at Benihana's, 2 hours. It was from 5 to 7, and then we made it there, and there are signs everywhere when we sat down that's like no videotaping, no pictures before or during the event, no social media. Like
Yeah.
they didn't want you on your phone for social media. I don't know. and there were signs on the seat in front of me. They had 2 big screens hanging up kind of off the sides of the stage that had the same, warning on it. You will be kicked out. No warnings, no refunds. And then all of a sudden they start walking around before the show started. And they were talking. One guy was talking to one of the security guys about trying to find somebody in a Segura shirt. And I'm like, everybody's wearing a freaking Segura shirt. Like, I don't get it. And then his little opener came out. We did 20 minutes with his opener. And that was great. And then Tom comes out, and everybody stands up, and they're giving him kind of a, clapping and stuff. And out of the corner of my eye behind me, I can see something going on. So I turn my head. There's 3 Las Vegas police officers, 2 security guys from the venue, and they're pulling this
sex trafficking
20-year-old couple out of their seats. I don't think it was sex trafficking. I don't know if they were taking pictures as he was walking out,
Dude,
and they were like,
"Did
"You're
you
gone,"
see the sign on the seat,
and they just took him and they left.
Phone.
Right. So I was just like, I just tucked my phone under my leg a little bit farther so I didn't dare use it. I snapped one picture of the stage before anybody was on it.
And you're gonna
first
arrest
sat down
Vinny,
just to
there was nobody in the picture but the stage.
Arrest Vinny.
I have
Arrest
proof
Vinny.
of that because you sent it to me.
But the stage. I just kind of wanted to show like.
So it was
how,
a rad
how
show
good our
then,
seats
huh?
were,
It was
and that was
fun.
about it.
I mean, it seemed like you were. I'm sure you were laughing.
It was
the
good. It
time.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, and I even made it on his Instagram,
Like
on
a
Tom
picture
Segura's
of you?
Instagram, that he posted pictures because he was there Friday and Saturday, and he ran a video at the last of his story, I guess. And he's walking off the stage. All the pictures are from Friday night, and then that last little video was Saturday night that we were there. And as he's walking off, I can see myself sitting there in my
I like it.
pink Nike shirt.
Nice.
I had my Nike golf shirt on. So that was pretty cool. I like that. But that was what we did for the weekend. We had a little more. That was fun. That was a way fun part. Was going and seeing the show, but we really enjoyed ourselves in Mesquite with playing some roulette with some people from up north and stuff like that.
Mesquite's where the Mormons go.
I thought we might get kicked out, but
it's a sin.
that's where,
So for the listeners,
across the
it's
border,
like
just
you go
outside
from
of St.
Utah and
George,
you get to go to Nevada, where Mesquite's at, and they get gambling. So I'd like to go and do some
No.
Yeah. So
that's where Vegas goes to play.
Yeah.
So that was my trip.
Yeah,
but your
ours,
trip,
well,
you had to
and
come
that's where
here
we didn't
first.
get this. We're a week behind on the podcast because we tried to do it in Utah when we got back, but we went to. So we drove from Nevada to Utah to drop our daughter off at our parents at the farm. Then we drove up to Salt Lake and we flew to Mexico, which was and it was epic, dude. Everybody was all worried about. Well, I shouldn't say it. Like in our group, not so much worried about, but everybody's talking about that whole those 4 that drove into Mexico, got in the middle of the gunfight with the cartel, and 2 of them got killed. And it's sad and stuff too. But they totally different. They ended up getting, from what I heard, wrong place, wrong time. Cartel turned those guys in and were like, nah, they had nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Like they were acting outside of the cartel. So we went. Dude, it was solid. It was great. It was in Tulum.
Right.
You fly into Cancun. Of course, we did not realize that. I mean, I knew it was spring break for my daughter, but I did not know that the college spring breaks are it's like 6 weeks. It's still going. Right, so it's like there's just like sections, like somebody was on the week before, and then like all the colleges like on the West Coast or whatever started hitting it last week.
Yeah.
So we went, and of course, like you could tell there was tons of kids and stuff, college kids, in the airports and stuff. But then we land in Cancun, but we drive to get to Tulum. It's like just down below like Akumal, the little town there. You're an hour and 30 minutes to get there. So you're kind of like down further than where all the college kids go. Granted, the resort was epic. It was super rad, right on the beach. We got to go see some of the other resorts that are there that they own. Tulum.
What was it called?
Oh, it's
No, the resort.
Bahia Principal. The luxury or Grand Bahia Principal, I think it's called. So it's like all inclusive. The PGA Riviera is right next to it, the golf course. So yeah, it was super cool. It was
Yeah.
so fun. They were super rad. We had zero problems. Like not 1 ounce
Excuse
did
me.
we think that anything was gonna happen. Yeah, it was super. There was no sex trafficking. Yeah,
You
nobody
mean sex
tried to
trafficking
sex
wise
traffic
or
me.
anything like that?
I mean, I threw it out there, but no bites. There was some. We had some college. Like it was funny because we were all sitting there down at the beach, and there was some. There was a group. There was a group from Georgia Tech. So shout out to you guys at Georgia Tech if you do end up listening on this one, because I had stickers on my stuff when I was running around. I had flapping your gums on there, and we talked to some
Right.
of them in that. But it was funny because dude, so when we first got there, like the first night that we were going around, they have like a whole arcade area. It's got pool tables and foosball tables and arcade games all on the back wall and all this stuff. And they were all there, dude.
Perfect
And
for
I,
college
like,
kids.
We come around the corner, and I'm like, oh, like I wanted to take a picture of it. It is exactly what you would think a group of like some frat house kids that were there would be exactly what they would
Right.
be wearing. The like shorter khaki shorts, right? With like they're short, they
Right.
got pockets. They're all wearing them, right? They just went and bought like a 12-pack, you know.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing
Right.
the same shorts.
Right.
And then it's like you can just imagine like they were like, okay, dude, I'm wearing the striped ones. All right, well, I'm gonna wear the horizontal stripe. You wear the vertical stripe. I'm gonna wear the polka dotted ones. Or I get to wear the ones with the images on it, whatever. Because they all have these button-up shirts. They all got button-up shirts.
Right.
Oh
It's
yeah,
got, like, little
100%.
anchors
One's
on
got
'em,
polka dots.
like all
One's
the
got
little-
stripes. One's got sequins. Yeah, and all of them are wearing
They
Hey
got their
Dudes.
Hey Dudes
and I mean,
on.
it is like this dude. Oh, they all got like dark curly hair. I thought they'd have like yarmulkes in there. They didn't. Like that's just kind of what you picture me, like a little Jewish. Dude, no, they didn't have like long hair.
Little
I mean,
man
they
bun.
had like longer hair, but it was, dude. I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, how do you? They all have to be getting
Was
ready
it
the
on-
same. You
on,
know, they all come walking out. They're like, dude, you nailed it, bro.
Right. It's like on Grown Ups 2. Like when they
Yeah.
call him Abercrombie on Grown Ups
Yeah.
2. They're like,
It's
all right, calm
basically
down,
that. I
Abercrombie.
mean,
'cause
and they
it's
all
like,
came over together, so they were just like, dude, you still got it, bro. Like, oh yeah, you got it, man. Those shorts are nice. And so, oh, it was awesome. So they were in there. They all had their cervezas, and they're ripping it up. So then we saw them the next day. Where we were at was like this infinity pool, and then like that was on our side of the resort. You can go to any one of it, but like just coming out our front door right there, you come. There's like a infinity pool. It goes down. The beach is right on the other side. And they were all there, and like even our wives, though, the girls commented, they're like, man, they're really like respectable. They're not raging, they're not loud, they're not like
they're
stumbling
not
around.
rowdy.
getting anywhere.
And, yeah.
So like a couple
Yeah.
hours go, and it's male and female. There
Yeah.
was girls that were with them, and then the guys. So they're all going. And as a couple hours started rolling by, like you could start. Then we started doing them like we were picking like race horses. It was like, all right, who's gonna be the one that gets who's gonna get like shit house, And
Who
so
gets-
there was
who
this
gets
one kid who was
hammered
wearing like
first?
these gray swim trunks, and I'm like, oh, that's my Seabiscuit right there.
Oh,
Like
dude.
that's the one I pick, and then the other guys be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick him up," and I'm like, "Oh no!" They're like, "Why him?" I'm like, "Dude, like he's already double fisting, right?" And they're like, because you would think, "Oh, he's grabbing a drink, bring it back for one of the ladies." No, he's double fisting. They're both for him, because he's like sits down. I see him drinking the two of them, like one's down, goes in the next one, like one just gets down fast
Right.
because it's hot. So then I see him like trying to do a cigarette. And it falls down, like it like misses his finger, and I'm like, boom, locked
Oh,
in.
it's
I
over.
got it. My pick was the right one. So they still did very well. Like they held it together. They did really good and stuff. But we saw them the next morning because they have a cross. There's like a big bridge thing that goes over to this other resort on the other side. It's like called the Kobile. I don't know, some weird. I don't know, whatever it is. And the party doesn't even start till 11 at night. Yeah, I did not make it to that one at all.
Alright.
Everybody was like, "Oh, we should go check it out one of these nights." Dude, none of us stayed up past 10. You know what I mean? Like, every time Alexa called, because she was a couple hours behind, we were a couple hours ahead, she would call, and we'd answer her, FaceTiming her
Yeah.
while we're laying in bed. You know what I mean? Because you just go all day, dude. Like, you're
Right.
over it by the time. Because then it was like, it rained Sunday, so we got there, drove to the resort, it rained. Monday, it was like cloudy, and it would be sunny. But it looked like it was going to rain, but it never rained. Then there's like nice little ocean breeze. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sun. It was just sun. So, I mean, like, you're out in it. And the pools are rad and all that stuff. But we saw those guys the next morning, so it had to be like Tuesday morning. And Gray Shorts was just... Seabiscuit was a
Seabiscuit
biscuit,
wasn't
bro.
doing so good, huh?
His hair was all dicked up. They come out of the Snack Shack thing that's like in the middle of there's like the Snack Shack stayed open the latest. You know, you could like, as everybody drunk and stumbling by,
Right.
could swing in there and get them some chicken nuggets and fries or something, you know? Yeah.
Put some
And,
solids
so
in their
They
body.
serve breakfast and
Soak
stuff like
up
that
alcohol.
too. So these dudes come rolling out of it in the morning, the group of them, and there's old Seabiscuit, dude. He is just a pile. I mean, his hair's, it looks like he's about to yak. Probably didn't eat nothing but a piece of toast, you know, or English muffin or something. But so there wasn't too many. I mean, there was a couple. There were some of these little teeny bopper ones, dude, that are wearing next to nothing on the new bathing suits. I guess are like this, kind of like a pleated material, almost like it kind of looks like a drape, I guess, or like not a drape, curtain.
Right.
Kind of has that little waviness to it,
Curtain.
but it's super tiny, like just barely enough to cover your
Okay.
hoo-ha. And like I'm pretty sure you gotta like tuck it in to keep it in
Little
there,
bits.
you know. And then it's thong, straight up thong.
Right.
And so then, but they're out there like trying to get their Instagram up. You know what I mean? So we're like sitting there watching, and it's just funny that how far you come along as you get older, and then you see the younger. You know, because we didn't have that when we were kids. Like, you weren't out there
Right.
doing a photo shoot. Because them chicks probably paid
No.
for that whole trip with that photo shoot. You know what I mean? Like, if they're getting a bunch of tens of likes on their
Of course.
Instagram or whatever they're doing. And, oh, yeah, dude. But, like, it was
Chick
just some of
talking.
them, like, this girl's bending down, like, to get this shot of her friend. And then, you know, Tosh is just like, oh, yeah, bend down there to get a shot and just show everybody your butthole. I mean, because it was like, they're very small.
Yeah.
Not that they weren't attractive girls, and they were paying for their trip for sure. But so it just that got me thinking
Yeah.
about
I mean,
the ups and downs of the social media, dude, is insane. Because we have, like, I know people here, and that, so then you watch these girls like on that at the resort, and they're putting so much into it.
right.
Like, it is so much, and who knows, they could have thousands, tens of thousands of followers for all I know. I have no idea. But even if they did,
Right.
the letdown of that has to be just traumatic, right? Like, so you have these people that I'm gonna go on. I don't know. This is where if I get ranting on it, but just see how you think what I'm telling you this. Or people that are listening, comment in or something.
All right.
If you have, there's this society is such a grasp, or needing such a grasp from social media, right? So it's like you got to get these pictures out because you got to get so many likes. You want to get so many. It's like instant gratification, right? I feel like it was this. We kind of had the same thing of
Right.
this when we first started this podcast. You know, I'll openly admit it, because it was like they track the people that are on it, the people that are watching, the followers, where
Right.
they're coming from. So like when we first got on, it was rad to, you know, it was like, oh man, this is so cool. Like, look how many people got on. Look how many followers we had. So there's like this, you get like an endorphin rush or whatever you want to call it every time you would see these people getting on, like followers jumping on, or like we'd see how many downloads we had. You know what I mean? Like, even for you were like, dude, every day. You were like, hey, how many we got now? How many we got now? And now, excuse me, it's not so much. Like, you don't ever even ask me now. I mean, we go weeks before. You know, I haven't even looked for a while.
Right.
But you take these people like that, and
Right.
and I don't mean to say, I'm not trying to bag on, because they're probably doing huge things. Right, but what happens?
I think
so
it's a
this is
different
the thing, man.
generation. I think it's a generational
Where,
thing.
where does it like it's going to keep progressing, right? I feel like that's where then like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
the pictures get more risque, or this, you know, because this ain't working, so you got to start trying a different angle. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right, you
because
gotta
it's
step
just
it up.
it's like
you gotta
it's
go
like a
one
drug,
step farther.
dude.
You gotta
Because you don't,
you
if you're
gotta
not
up
getting
the
it,
ante a little.
it's just like anything. You put, like we post videos or whatever. I'll post a video. I did an ice bath video. That, yeah, and I'll probably
Oh, I
have
love
like
that
10
ice
people
bath
look at
video.
it that I know. Right, but if I was to do that naked,
Yeah.
I'd have 12 people that do it. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's the next
so I
one.
mean, I'm
Like,
gonna
if you
get
get-
more.
Right.
so
Right. So it's, but like this
Oh,
one, you
no,
did,
he
you know,
wouldn't
you
want- I
didn't do it
couldn't-
naked, whatever. But then it's like, okay, that you get a good hit off of it. No, I know we couldn't do it, but it's gonna like. Do you know the movie Wall-E?
I know the movie, but I
Remember
never
the
watched
Disney movie Wall-E? So they all end up in space because Earth is overpopulated. It's smog is so bad, so much trash. So they put them on this ship, and
it. Yeah.
it's like a cruise ship, but it's a spaceship, and it's in space. And every generation just keeps rolling through. They're sitting in chairs. They're so big that they don't walk anymore. They just sit in the chair, and they're like, "Oh, the new color is blue." So all their are red. I can't remember which way they went, but like their outfits just
Okay.
change while they're
Yeah.
sitting there. They went from red clothes to blue clothes. They have robots that just bring them drinks, or the little chair gives them drinks. They don't get up for anything. Everything's on their screen. I think in one part of the movie they're playing golf, and it's like they're pushing a button, and the golf club is like swinging. I can't remember if it's digital or if it's real or what, but it's like that's what I know some of the kids that I've observed, and my friends, my kids, you know, it's like the physical labor, the actually doing a manual job and stuff like that, it gets hard for them to.
Oh,
Like, we
you're
did
saying,
that.
I see what you're saying,
You know,
because
we
you're
did all
saying
these jobs. We
kids
did
want to be
physical
like
stuff.
YouTubers, and they just want to do that
They
to make
rely-
their money.
Well, YouTubers, and that's what they want to do.
But
for
I'm
their job.
saying, I
Gaming,
was just saying,
streaming.
I'm saying the
You know, that's-
emotional part of it. I get what you're saying on that part. I 100% understand that part. No, I'm just saying like it's like that infatuation with it of just you're taking pictures,
Yeah.
you're doing all this stuff. Like I'm telling you, like it didn't even seem like we'd get some pictures of us like, oh, let's do a selfie, you know, oh, let's do this, you know, oh, look at this animal, like I'll take a picture or something, but it's like sometimes you feel like, man, are you even enjoying what you're doing right now? Like, are you having fun out here? Because
Right. Exactly.
man,
Watching,
it's just on,
watching
and
your
then you
vacation
just
through a
feel
camera
you
so
just
can
see
look
like
at it later.
you
like-
and this is, I'll end it here, but that's where like you you just see that's that emotional detachment of it, and then when it doesn't go like you want it to go, then it's that, like, I think you then, instead of just like model-y pictures, then it starts
Right.
to get risque pictures, then it starts to go on to that, or else even opposite, where it doesn't hit, your followers stop. I mean, you're going to age out, whatever it may be, you know what I mean, as you get older, or you're not this young, good-looking person anymore, or whatever have it. Then you plummet the other way, and then you have like this, you're just emotionally wrecked, and that's, I just feel like that's a ton of it, dude. That's like, I mean, look at like possibly you go into depression, you're depressed.
Well, I think
I mean,
there's
that's a
also the
ton of
other
stuff.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
then
I mean, it's just a
you're
huge
on
thing, because
medication.
it is probably
There's a lot of medications.
very, I mean, when you're, like when you're very, I guess it's like a selfishness thing. When you're all about yourself and you're putting all these pictures out there and doing all that stuff, it's all you're just in it for you. And then all of a sudden, like, something doesn't go right. What do you have? Then you're lost. You know what I mean? You're just like, I don't know what to do. Like, now what?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I was just watching.
But there's people that do the same same thing that aren't doing those kind of pictures. There's kids
Yeah.
that go out on ramps on their bike. They do a cool jump, maybe get hurt a little bit
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that. They'll have followers for a while, like you said, and then all of a sudden it starts to die
Yeah.
off. Well, now they
Or
gotta
they do a
something.
normal
Let's
jump and they
jump
make
off the
it,
roof.
and you get
Let's-
like
let's try to
1,000
jump
views
this
and
or-
likes or whatever, and you make one, you put one on there where somebody eats it and cases it and does all that stuff, then all of a sudden it's huge. And that also gets me into the
Then it's
thing.
10,000
Remember, I
views.
think I didn't put it on the
Right.
notes. We'll hit it real quick, because then I want to go back to our Tijuana trips as kids. But so the algorithms. So on the algorithms, when we were talking about, you said TikTok, and we were talking about this, like people watching and doing dumb stuff, like pranks, wrecks, different stuff. So I was listening.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
guy was on. It was another podcast that I was listening to or whatever, and he was talking about that. So TikTok was made from or is developed and regulated and controlled by China, right? So he goes into the algorithms of
Right.
each country is getting a different algorithm for their show, like their TikTok feed, right? So China, their
Okay.
algorithm is kids doing great things, people doing great. Their whole stuff. He was going over this whole thing because like he did a big study on it, and so all their stuff comes through as positive, as in good job, positive in learning, achievements, goals that were made and set, like being smarter and being great at like worldly, like at your job, the hard work, like math stuff. Like when they have tons of math stuff up there. Like every time somebody gets some like huge thing, it's like this big. There's like a whole sections of these things that are like great work for what the kids have done or what parents have achieved with their kids, and it's just like this huge positive and great thing. And then they have a different one for like Europe. Europe's more along this other way, and then like the U.S. is like has zero to do with that, because what they're manipulating it so that you basically, like Americans, we're just looking dumb shit. You know what I mean? And he has a whole thing on it, and then when you listen to him and he has it all broke down, and this whole study they did, you're like, oh yeah, dude, that's for real. Like we look at stuff like people getting hurt, people doing pranks, people doing dumb stuff, people eating just nasty stuff, just stuff that makes you dumber. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you just sit on there
Car
and
wrecks.
watch this, and then it just sends you another clip of something dumber, somebody achieving a horse kicking them in the nuts, you know, and then on, and then you think but then it feeds into it because everybody likes it, everybody clicks on it. And so that's like when you were talking about that, that's then the people start to do more of that. You know, they're like, oh, dude, this guy got tens and tens of thousands of likes because
This guy got
he went and tried to jump on a wild Mustang in the middle of the desert in Nevada, you know, and got bucked off and kicked and blah, 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 and did it. So we got to go do something dumber. But it was wild, dude, just listening to it. I was like, dude, and it makes sense. But they're saying that's because China has always, like, they're always trying to take out the U.S., you know what I mean? And so the way to do it is make the people of that country dumber. You know what I mean? I guess is that, and I hate calling people dumb, or I would never do it, but in that aspect, less smart. I don't know. I think it feels like it's kind of a good term to use that. But that's that. It was an interesting thing, dude. At first you'd be like, yeah, whatever. But then as he breaks it down and talks about all the studies they do, you're like, all right, yeah, it's not just a conspiracy. Like, you definitely are making some sense, man. But yeah, so that was my rant on that when we were talking about it. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. I wish I would have I needed to start doing more of that and writing it down, like, and let you know, so then you can listen to them too and stuff, because they are pretty, yeah. So I think that's basically on our trip, dude. Everything went great. I played the PGA Riviera. Shout out to you guys. Your golf course was epic. Like, it was so nice. Like, their golf carts have like flat screen TVs in them with speakers, and you hook your Bluetooth to it and you can play music. it has like the greens on it. So like
Nice.
you're driving, tells you what hole to go to. Like you hit your golf ball over, you just push on the screen where your golf ball's
Okay.
at, and it tells you how many yards it is to the hole. It even tells you how many yards you got to walk from your golf cart to get to the ball. You know, I don't know, in case maybe you needed some water or a sandwich or something. You know, and they don't drive on the grass. It's all carts. Yeah, all cart path. All cart
It's all
path.
on carts.
I
on
mean,
path.
we got no.
Yo, just cut
And
across
dude,
the
the green
fairway.
putt and the greens is insane. They're so fast. So you know how, like you chip on and hits the green and it just rolls, dude. It like you chip it on and it goes faster when it hits the green than it was when it was going through the air, right? So then you're like, okay, you kind of play for
Really?
that, adjust for that, and then when you putt it, dude, putting it is so usually like you'll line it up and you'll putt it and the ball kind of bounces a little bit, kind of bounces off a little here or there, whatever. No, dude, this
Yeah.
thing, you putt it and it just straight line, just smooth roll, doesn't go anywhere, but straight on. But if you miss a putt on those kind of greens, you miss a putt. Like you're like,
goes for
oh,
miles.
so close it can rim off the hole, and it's 4 feet away by the time it stops. You're like, dang it. But dude, it don't bounce,
Yeah.
it don't nothing, dude. Then you
That'd be
show
fun,
up
though.
and they're like, oh yeah, and they get your cart, they get your clubs, they're like, you always want to go to the range, hit a bucket of balls, a couple buckets. I'm like, one bucket's fine. They bring it out to you. You don't pay for that. I mean, you pay for it, but they don't charge you more. You don't got to go get a token to go
Right.
get golf, to hold it in the machine, brrr, and knocks all the
Token.
balls out.
Put
yeah.
it in the
They hand it to you. You
vending
go,
machine.
it drives you where it's at, tells you where to go. You go over to the driving range. You're setting up at the driving range. The caddy, he comes over, asks you if you want some water. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, man. Yeah, right on. He's like, you're getting your clubs out, hit a couple, go to put it back. He grabs it, cleans it, puts it back in your bag for you. This is at the driving range. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay. So he does that, get your
Right.
clubs all set up back
Yeah.
for you, and then he's like, is this your cart? You're all, yeah. And he's like, because he comes back by, your balls are all gone, scoops up your bag, goes, straps it into your cart, tells you, then sends you on your way. Like, hey, have a great day. You want another water? I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, I'm drinking as much water as I can. It's hot, sweaty. And then they're a little cooler. They pack your cooler with 3 bottles of water and ice. It's all done up for when you go. Oh, yeah, dude. You could get beers if you wanted
Nice.
to and stuff like that. So we headed out, dude, and played it, and it was sick, man. It was nice. The water, they had tons of water right there, and it must have been like either came through from somewhere. It had to be salt water because it wasn't like, like the murky ponds with the nasty. It was clear as could be. It was all clear and like
Right.
it was immaculate. Place is nice. It is, yeah. They got to keep it nice.
Well, it's PGA.
So
dude.
that
They gotta
one
keep
that
it
was
nice.
cool. We did that. The food was great. When you talked about the Benihanas, we went to one. So it's all inclusive resort, but when you go to it, you have to reserve. You have to do reservations for the dinners. They have dinner places. They have a buffet, couple buffets, but
Okay.
you have to do dinner places. They have volleyball because they do like entertainment and stuff like that. Dude, we played volleyball like you would not believe. One day, I swear, like it was a combined. We played like 3 hours, took a break, and played like another 3 hours. I couldn't hardly walk the next day. My shins and calves hurt so bad from jumping and running and like playing sand volleyball. And it's like full-size court and all this stuff. And then like you meet tons of cool
Right.
people. This shout out Phil from Canada. Eh? Yeah, dude. He was old.
Oh,
He was
nice.
an old cat too, and he'd been to these resorts plenty of times because they do like entertainment for like an hour. So you come out there and they do volleyball from like 11 to noon, right? And then they take the ball and they're like, okay, it's over, and they head out. So he goes and just gets his own ball. He's like, oh, I bring volleyballs. I know how this works. So he'd bring the volleyball back, and then people start knowing. Then they start showing up, like, and then we started just having games. Instead of playing to 11, we were playing to 21, dude. We'd be just banging out solid games for like 40 minutes, getting after. There's a chick from Germany, dude. She was a riot, bro. Like, Tasha's like, oh man, I could party and play volleyball with her all day. She's just like, can I get on your guys' team? And then they have an accent. If it was you, you would have been talking just like her. but I don't know. I don't know how to do a German accent, and so I have not a clue. But she was like, "Can we play?" And so I was like, "Oh yeah." And she wasn't a big gal, like, she was like, she didn't have like no muffin tops or nothing like that. You know what I mean? She was just like a little bit thicker. Like she's just like a German chick. You know what I mean? Maybe her name was Helga. I don't know. She said her name and I forgot it. But she had the biggest boobs. They're as big as my head, dude. One of them. This is the size of my head. They were huge, dude. Tasha was just like, "Oh my, look at this." Oh my. And she would get down and just like dig, dude. Dive further in the sand and those things would just plow sand. Poof. I was like, "Oh my." And Tasha, like, she wore the right bathing suit for sure because it kept them things in there. They weren't, I think they were real, dude. Like, they were just big, dude. And she, like, one time she went to jump up and I don't think her feet left the sand. Like, those things were going down. She was trying to go up and it just stopped her midway. They just, like, two unstoppable forces. Whomp! And she was just stuck in the sand. I was like, she needed to pre-jump and let them things get some momentum. But, dude, we played volleyball for so long, and it was just like, it was rad. So that part, it was so fun to do that kind of stuff. They try to do little entertainment stuff. The food, we went to do the reservation thing, and we skipped around, and they don't really, like, take gratuity. I mean, you do, like, tip. You can. You don't have to, but we would. But they wouldn't take you on a reservation unless, come to find out, you had to buy bottles of wine. Like, that was the trick. If you didn't, or you switched it, and you weren't supposed to. So we found that out going to this Italian place. So we bought 2 bottles of wine. There was a group of 8 of us that went. So 2 bottles of wine was, wasn't much, probably $60 or whatever. And so when we went to the Japanese place, they do that, like the Benihana style. They do the grill and all that stuff. They're like, we can't do it. So we sent Tasha and Jen up there and let them do their magic. We all sat down, and this is at the other resort. Like, we got on a little trolley, and it took us over to the other resort. And they're like, so they went up to do their magic. They come back down. They're like, all right, we can do it. We got to buy 3 bottles of wine. We're like, what? We're like, all right. And then she says, but she countered and said they had to be, I think, like $40. Could be no less than $40 a bottle. So we're like, whatever.
$40 a bottle,
dude, for 8 people, like, and we wouldn't have to pay anyways.
For
but we
8
just
of
would
you,
have got in there, and it was epic. The dude like lit the counter on fire. Right. I mean, he was flipping the eggs up. He was the 100%er. He wasn't that 30% guy. But yeah, I mean, we still ended up tipping him. We tipped him up, and I think we gave him like $60 or something like that too, because it's just that's what they do for a living, Right. I think it's crazy because pesos. Because you were trying to figure out transfer rate. Is that right? Is that the word I'm looking for? I think so. Transfer rate. It's like per exchange rate. That is it. Per exchange rate. What a peso is compared to a dollar bill. There you go. Because I was driving when we were heading there, I was looking at the gas, and it was like 24 pesos for gallon of diesel fuel. Dude, it's less than $2 a gallon. Okay. For fuel there. I was like, dude, that's rad. So like, give him $20. That's huge. The one guy had to go back and forth multiple times in the room, and we were clear on the other side, the no kid zone. So it was like on the very end of the other resort. And Tasha wanted her jacket, so I ran and got her a jacket and brought it back. And then they wanted to get there. When you're talking about Tito's, they bought Tito's vodka before we even left the airport. All the girls went in there and bought it because they're like, it's going to be cheap. Right. It's going to be cheap alcohol, blah, blah, blah. So they go buy all these big old things of Tito's. So they're like, we want our Tito's. I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, all right, I'll go run and grab it. Dude, by this time, I'm like clear across. I'm like, I'm so sick of walking. And I grab the Tito's, and then one of them guys, they sit out in the little cars, like those little trucks. They're like little golf cart things, but they got like a freezer with little cabinets and stuff all around it. And they hold like, it's got like waters and ice and all that stuff. So when you call in for room service, those dudes run it up to you. So you don't have to wait for 30 minutes. It's like literally like 6-7 minutes. They gather up the stuff, bring it to you. So he's sitting in there playing on his phone. I'm like, bro. Right. He's like, what's up? I'm like, see. I'm like, hey. Yeah. No.
Yo, Ese, can you drive me over to the Chinese restaurant?
Don't make me laugh. Dude, don't make me. It hurts my abs. It hurts my abs.
Oh, hello, sir.
No.
I need
so I was just
I need
talking
a ride.
like I normally talk right now, and then he was talking like you.
No?
He was, yeah. I'm like, bro. And he's
You're like, bro,
see,
bro.
I'm all, dude, can you hook me up and give me a ride to the lobby? He's like, oh, no, I can't. I'm like, come on, dude. I go, this is the second time
No,
that
no.
I've had to come clear over to here and get. I'm going. The girls just needed me to grab this stuff. I'm like, come on, bro. I don't want to have to walk. And he's like, okay. So he puts his phone down. I jump in, and this is only like a 2-seater. So I get in it, and he goes ripping down through the thing. So he mobs me all the way around to the front, and like to the side, and drops me off. And then I run up, and I gave him $20, dude, because I didn't even get money out to give to him. You know, he just did it. And so then I was like, oh, that's cool, dude. Like, I didn't have to pay you. You just did it. So then I just slipped him
you
a
didn't
20.
have to. You
He's
didn't
like,
have
oh,
to.
yeah, thanks, man.
bribe him to
And
do
goes
it.
ripping off. So I made his night. I had to. I'm sure of. But so I was like, oh, yeah. Dude, just, yeah.
It's like anytime,
Yeah,
Sasquatch,
they're
anytime.
definitely not large people for sure. Yeah.
Big American.
Yeah, so it was
Don't hurt me.
cool. And then we came back. But it got me thinking that, too, is before, I mean, we kind of wrap this one up here soon, but or do you want to save it for episode 11? I was saying our Tijuana trip, bro.
I think. I mean, our.
How much time? Should we just go in?
No, let's do it.
Let's break here and go into 11.
I don't know. All right. I do have to have I need to do a shout out to
Where you want it in 10 or
loyal
11?
listener of mine that
All right, let's do it.
I'd like to do it now if I can. Yeah, because Margaret, Emily's cousin, kind of an aunt, like she's been a loyal listener since we started. She thinks it's amazing. She's commented on some of my TikTok stuff that I do when I do the advertisements, but she was in a car accident in Texas, and I'm glad she's okay.
So you're giving her
I hope
some.
she's
We're giving
doing
her some
all right,
prayers.
Yeah,
We're not giving her a shout out.
we're giving.
Okay.
She did okay. She didn't get hurt at
Well,
all.
that's still, we'll pray for
I
her.
know the car was totaled.
We'll
but
pray for you,
she didn't get
Aunt
hurt.
Margaret. Is that what it is, Aunt Margaret?
No, she's
I feel
great.
Like you have like 1,700 aunts.
Aunt
over
Margaret, just
there.
Margaret.
They're related to everybody. It might
No,
that tree
Emily's got a
might
big
get pretty
family.
straight
Yeah,
down at the
so-
bottom. You
yeah,
better be
I know.
careful.
And the best thing is her daughter is in Korea, and she listens to us also. So she
Yeah,
might
there
get
you
a
go.
kick out of
They
the
don't got
Walmart
that there.
pickup story.
They
'cause I
probably
don't
get it on
think
a
she-
rickshaw.
I don't think
or
she
whatever
gets
they
to
call
do that
thing.
there. No. Dude, I know she has to ride a.
Well, they just
That's a
pack you
train.
in there.
She goes and plays basketball. Yeah, she plays basketball, but she's got to go
Bro.
like. I want to say
Is
it's
that
like
the one of
3
them
hours
speed
on this
trains and they
train to
pack
go
you
play
in there? Like
basketball?
they got the dudes. Have you ever seen that with the white gloves?
I don't know.
And they just shove you in there until. No,
I
I can't
have.
do that,
They
dude.
just
I couldn't.
shove you in there until the doors close.
Yeah.
Maybe she can make a comment. Anna, make a
With the
comment.
white
let us know
glove,
if
with
you
the
got
white
shoved
glove
into a train.
bandits.
But yeah, no. But yeah, Margaret loves this podcast. I hope. I mean, she
Margaret
comments
better
that
not
she
be
does,
lying.
so I hope she's not lying. But anyway, I appreciate that. So, but yeah, no, dude, I still have more stuff on my list here for stuff that we did as kids too. I think
Yeah.
we can do the Tijuana thing on the next one.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for getting on with this episode 10. I mean, I think that's like a big milestone. So we're just going to we'll keep doing what we're doing.
I feel like it's a good one.
You guys keep liking, sharing, sending it out there. We do have some stickers. I got some stickers for the ones that are here and listen to me around here. I've been trying to get them out. Vinny's got some stickers, so hit him up about that. We're going to work on some shirts. We're going to get some different sizes, some
stickers.
extra larges, some smalls. I've had a couple hits on that, so I got to get my merch guy on that, Vinny, and then so there we go. So then
I already
that's
ordered
it. We're gonna wrap it up, and we will hit you guys up for episode 11. And peace.